Emra na minye adwuma wei ewo ho emra na mene assembly member eni enkomo Emmanuel Asante Nyantechi assembly member edema sector electoral area ewo Achem sector na we are told sir anopay youth ewo Achem sector no enye so happy cry sa electoral area ewo within the Etiwa East constituency in the eastern region. We are told, sir, anopay indications are that the deputy minister in charge of lands and natural resources and in the team, any him for ebeboja na afe some mining scheme. One more person, one more lunch or one more to me lunch. But the youth are not so much happy. Asante, what you make? Good morning, and pom to say.
Good morning. Onyanko Pandomo, me hoye number chon sir.
Eradi adom wo de yankwan so acheye. Enti de edi kan secretary say anopay.
Oh, na me adom secretary dia so bi nkwan aboko woni bi ensi anopay.
Na eba ne say na aban adwe mo ho na under the auspices of the deputy minister in charge of lands and natural resources. One more eba be lanche is a community mining or anyhow you want to put it amamoa. Emebuna mo wo secretary mo se monti asie.
Yo, medase. Nidi kan mechia Kessben 92.9FM nyina, na machia team secretary fo nyina. Na mejiri se obi bia ho ya no pai. Yo, ampa mabuna o team secretary. Mabuna o team secretary. Good community mining a wo pay se ko de ba ha no no. Ye ntia mabunu no ya ntia ase ne se. Na yesusu senka mpanifo anase na nane ne mpanifo ebebudwa. Nanka wa invite nyina na nie nti a opeso ye community mining no kwa chechire mu akire na eto ya sumu a ya makwan na aso so no me ba ye nche de me ye abefufu ya mo ananu ya na ye no great ye man de twam ye no great ye na me na me ka se nkrofo no bi enti no me hu ni se emabunu no ti a ye nti ase nyina ye se ye empanifo ne ani ni ye gidi se ko mbe frɛ ne atena se akasa ni agiatum ansa na kabibi sa abaso abaso na so ye hu bibia sa enu ntini ne ntia ya mabuna o achem sekire eni enuan ma won kran nyina no ye se ye ntia se no
I say enti de edi kai mususu say stakeholder engagement SSN keba na the youth front no for instance we assembly member when we need committee members plus youth for e wo mu nyina no anka mo betimi enya botai teacher ntia jumedi eti say eba no I mean eno no amba so eno ka ho bi ntina mo se mo ntia se ma ade ensi ya na
me pa cho eno ka ho bi pa eno ka ho bi because any ade community mining so we are expecting say the chief and elders will engage the community but yeah ho bi bia sa so
I see enti enye se pe na mo mpe community mining no but say any mo tena ase ana ye kyerɛkyerɛ mu emfaso a eba impact a ebeba community de so any locally mrantie betimi anya adwuma e de free mo dia I mean anka demonstration a mo suggest say mo be ya no pay no anka ma so right
me hu ni say eno no ba ne dia community mining na mu no ene yempe because you nimse betima say yensa ase enu nti ena ma ye tietia no pay say yenti ase no
I see. Now, asase a womo be person we dey community mining no e da hefa.
Asase dey watchim se che ya.
Money abekwase na boss ya na.
Be fa cho any abekwase na boss ya.
I see. Na aside community mining na aban person obeye wo hoi in your community no ye two mining wo ho ye mining wo ho ana.
Be fa cho da bi.
Mining activity bia enkoso wo ho
abekwase ne because wo abekwase ne nkurase akeka ne because by attem se chere me no kasa yi die bibia enkoso se chere ha no
eno no ye community mining ana ye galamsey
be ba che galamsey ye ho de galamsey sa omfense dig and wash ni we de because wo abekwase ne nkurase akeka but attem se chere ha de ebi enkoso sa
I see enti de aban peso wo ye no se wo de waso toto forma the more mate no modalities no anything e kwan ben so na ban person of eye no
oh eno de eno na yen nim ne yen tia se nti na e ma ye sa we ni se yen tia se no because yen nim ehun bibia
but mo te ye no de kan mo bo pili na no me bisa wo mo ana
me ba cho eno no de Send American, a cancer, see, bra, yes, a community mine, near a dime be a post office. Now, so the bar say, your person, yes, our community mine, and my boom, am I penny 40, as yes, yampene, into open, yes, Banbe police station. Emma was a painting good, yes, I'm putting it back to police station into a while and be here, but Sabra and Yemen and I was assemblyman.
Sad dying, no more complaints and comedy bed.
Me patro said that a police police station. Yes, no police station, the whole summer police station. In Jama, Nananoso could paint somebody about the community mining, I think the office.
Good office.
Make good, you mean can't be office. In the whole man, a shot in a car, and pay good until the can't show my say, and Mray Chumby. A future mono, yeah, future, I'm early last year. Yeah.
I say. Now, free some survey notice mobile demonstration and pay, you know. Nana no matter when you are from money more than come on.
Me patro Debbie.
As I said, you made the bus with that man.
I was take a bus on there.
And see, I no pay DNA so preparation say one that way, and now see DNA see.
Preparation towards
lunch.
Lunch, Nana.
Yes.
Okay, now I pay them. Sorry, and I'm in shed uncle Crum. Into me, BBI, of course, on himself to say, or more, we are now some BBI, the shed uncle Crum and pay, in Cookrum, crown of pain. Yes,
but our community, no, you to know, threatens a mobile demonstration. In fact, and draw from indications, any statement near the Baba, you know, they are even going to the extent of warning the minister, say, a maninsi a year at Chem Secretary. Say Obabe Lanchi Bibia. Eti we assembly member, I mean, you may care to know the air cost one of pay.
But Namidi can say, Miss Soya no pay in Kuku. Intino, Michelle, Yama Kosuku. I feel I'm a wee baby Piakuku, say, in our corner.
So, O'Connor lunch and neighbors were now, mobile day.
Was it lunch and neighbors now?
Yes, mobile day.
Oh, say, Nuntina, in animal one kind, you know, a sima or more bassage. Into be drew animal, any no and pennyful woman in Abetanasi, near Hussein Bear. Into Yami Dream to be granny Hussein Bear.
I say. I tell you, my young fancy her. Now, your best answer about Subian. Why? Anyway, the Encomo Emmanuel Asante Nyantechi and a menino at the Encomono every a year. A chim sector in the Eastern region. Na ono a assembly member ana yenino edi enkomono. Very interesting about the ECOSO in that particular part of the country. And no a war a year at Tiwa East constituency in the Eastern region. And that is what is happening. I mean, the youth know and so much happy. One more say one more empene emma aban emme lanche the one more friend community mining scheme no e be ewo na yeba Monday ya the full details at the beba one more mu a year abena say asari the member of parliament and afi the deputy minister in charge of finance and we are down on the grounds na yeba say the better form of Biano, ye be bro update no na afe watimi ehu. Ye need the tree said ne lunch no ebeba so announce say embasso no in a subsequent bulletin no ye the update in a edebeba 48 gone past 7. Afe no join ye ha Kessben 92.9 pacho ko Facebook no eso na ma wadwen training na no emra ewo ho Kessben FM 92.9 na anope medical catch that say ye be 3 draws enti se wunya ntwa ye ewo Kessben cashport no so a pacho ye ko weekend enti de obe nyina no ene se obe dial star 256 star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 no for Kessben Cashport. Kessben Cashport no option 2 Kessben FM Accra o select here ahana wu channel na afi yetimi amount 500 Ghana cedis anopay na also wetimi the akwa weekend no aba star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 o selected na ucha anopay you may be a lucky winner ma yentie we na yemra your friends say if na otie free
Mariam Chakrade.
Mariam mo free Chakrade. Now are you 18 years? Said your voice is it here no?
No, I'm not 18.
You are not 18.
Yeah.
I see. And you've won Kessben Cashport, I don't think.
Yes, let me show baby. Listen, what's the name of Papa? What's the name of Papa? Maybe I'm missing one. At the end, no, some man, maybe who may walk over TV. What's the name of the door? I wish you saw one can make you go and see.
So Takra de fan I will show you free. Even now it's
Takra de Mr. City Airport Road.
okay. That remember Takra de Mabe. Sure. Bye. And take congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, share so an African pie critical. The vows day na menya one way basic for mammy what Takra de no. Menya ni packet to us. And thank you. Yeah. And Patrol dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. Now mame kwa humane so na mini George Krobia Asante Enkodi Enkomo Emra wado head of the corporate affairs unit at the Metro Mass Transport Corporation na anope meneno any Enkomo. Krobia morning and pom to say.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
I did the enquiry, yes, so Yahoya pa. Na anope ye free what yawa yanyan into yes, anope equa cosi ne wiemo. Jumedi sunkobi baso ewo a year Metro Mass Transit ho na ma yeni home komo na yentim free ho. We are told just to say mubi bia muye bia as an organization no mo de babeto a year. Abefo kwan so na afetimi aboa akobedie ho nsem.
Yeah, I've been here to say that's the power for this opportunity. Na mentia ashefo ne atiefo na. But then just from going to Metro Mass the my cherished customers. Many small correction. The main event will be taken over na Meboa Monday.
Okay.
When say you Nkrumah you want to see no. Brofubia Baba Ghana Nibiano digitalization. Now when about digitalization, just one name comes in mind. That is the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. And then under his leadership, it is Muponese obetimi a formalize Ghana economy no. Na wapa adepo kwansho etimi abua ama omano. The digitalization is a cost. Emma, Eniema, Eboa Bafom, Emma, Efa, Emma, Ahutoswo, Eboa, Emma, Yewu Biano, speed, and not a cop, Harrison. Now, Osha agencies will be Ghana Port and Harbour, DVLA, health insurance, Omunino, Muchefa, or Papano, Etimu Pocket, and I friend digitalization agenda. No. The name and a Metro Mass Afeni so any transport idea metre yanya yitwi esan ahodo and say Mobekaya you Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia the Vice President any yenu DPLT for airport commission the same thing Emma DPLT for the taxi for my money je pound bebo se Nkrumah na eni no ne ye say after Metro Mass so yeni e chefa wo emlebi atwam no opese Over Metro Mass take it. This is a car. Eba Metro Mass address will meet terminal. And then one opportunity to try to take it. Na eba sa no or how be brew and o share in the human critic assem so. If I say sikano efe nipa nsem no. Nipa ye ho nyina enye ba ko ebi sa efi bi amensa wo kwate ase. Ene no o share abanane ni wiase nyina adefo na akoye ade obi efa so de edi ni djuma enti ene ye ne the tap and go for any Ghana National Road Safety Authority I can na nyame boy Joada Yero Vice President we ba launch na ye friend the tap and go app no e dey am Metro Mass as a company our board any management Yura Albert Adubu Anya or ye consider for and I'm the managing director of the company. This is Yemuno. Ye try ye services and now in Juma dia you know a 100% automated. Ye baby sika ye this conductor and some sika got them na kucha ticket. Any adiobia e first sika sem ho ye baby efri ho. Na eneno yako adefu. Eti eneno ne wo so we ane se wo mobile phone bia. oh mobile phone Libya, the over any say, over FL phone, now what download the tap and go app. Oh, download the tap and go app. Now, anytime we are to call a person from Metro Mass Barcelona. You play be the card be back card to say health insurance card, yeah, as well. Now, that card in a day, but when you're one, you're anytime we are Ukraine carpet, so this can be to card and national. With this can be an actual card and national. Who took on your bath and no machine one. And I thought best to go or card no not upset transport fair now a day. After move and you can't do this car, it's your car. Meaning, Obama Metro Mazda, ticket printing and quantity, I make us get the printed ticket scratch the one. A different. And they are far and to say, by you know. That means take it out. To carry the printed ticket in a baby through, speak out here. Yeah, they're not too saying. Obi or visual card, compare the hard card, the hard copy card, no panel. Or visual card that you're buying there, or tap and go up on this one now. Now, while filling in the details, no, choose the visual card, no. And also, my point out what you took one out to with mobile money using your mobile money wallet or bank account. 18 million, I didn't come over. I'll be friend was a Cobia. Dr. Baumiadia or the Abutin Bagana Power. They say, I say, yeah, Dr. Baumiadia Bano. The local idea is Dr. Baumiadia Bagana. Because we are said you call Amonia, walk for Germany, walk for Spain, walk for UK. That system is very easy for everybody. It depends be a or card to client, and you are paying over for them now. You can do all your bookings online. But what you are saying?
Yes, exactly.
Go there in person and what to me and your auto ticket. I don't know, a walker, overloading of the buses, a congestion queue, long queues. You go to a terminal, you have to join a queue near there. Now, you didn't say, by me, this me announce so. Let me create awareness and I'm able to man the you have a commission and I'll launch it at the other. If you don't want to all over social media, I get any Yamagana for. Now, and when you say what I say, we won't say. It is a Metro Mass, on board, STC, or other transport, and it is open for other private transport companies. So if you have to grab a person also buy on board, or also can on board. Sana, any private company or a buses will be a person on board. The system is open for both public transport systems and private transport systems.
Okay.
Clearly, no, this digitization drive, no. Buana near Ghana, and it's a Yoga Dr. Baumiada Romano. On person, you have to move towards that direction. Actually. It was Ghana, the demand are not from my yet think kind was that digitization agenda in Ghana, the Dimwako Telepa. It's the message, Nanko 4.7 at the end of the day, a very more about us, in an equivalent in effect. Another Danko Kupa by and Wapua Metro Mass, I'm about it. Somewhere 2017, 2018. The first 99 intercity air conditioning buses were commissioned. And President Abanyura, Kwakufuriya Tiama, Minister, any board management, and they are buying another Danko Kufuado, Abayada Roman on the Mayan. Many will say, I never walk between the Ghana government and the Dutch government. Ubekaya Metro Mass, Europe President Kufuor, former President Kufuor, and Dutch are buying the Holland government and a share their company by. No NGC by and now your Kofane Diane, sad Dutch for me, your partners in terms of echo from and now Ubrunia no managing director of the Pamono. In Tema or how die. Emma Brofuno every draw almost support no BBI. And I know because I revival that relationship. The Dutch government is determined in giving Metro Mass 500 VDL down buses. And only buses now, original buses now, near President for 4 buses in the Sobekaya.
Yeah.
500. And by the year 2020, the arrangement was such that all things being equal. And every year, government 100 of those buses. Now, the next 5 years, you have 500 now. But unfortunately, COVID by a truncating all the processes near there. It's the first consignment that was 45 buses. 2022, you commissioned in March. That was 4 quarters of the State House. Okay. It is already operational. And about a month or two ago, a mutant about it. We know because 35 of VDL buses were put a next day. Yes, any must be club on train. Now, the argument and sleep near to media was from Ghana for. It's the issue of buses. The company now bought any ministry also your more personal arrangement. I ever say, you did a VDL intercity buses. I mean, no concern. Another buying also is determined. Say, you buy electric buses. Some electric buses.
Yeah.
Electric vehicles. I can't want them. Metro Mass is going to pioneer it. Almost pilot. I mean, no concern. We are putting systems in place. I ever how to build charging terminals. Over Metro Mass, there could be an branch there. Boy, ever filling point or why? I want a buses materially. The same we are going, our filling point. In the year, more of electric buses. We are looking forward to say about the electric charging terminals and centers. Tibas, if you catch up, Cape Coast, never see a charger. There must be a charging terminal at Cape Coast, which is a charging bus.
Exactly.
That's what we are. Thanks for saying, advanced park, you got Dr. Muhammad Baumia office. It didn't work with the it's mean Dr. Baumia or Yamia Chedia de Mao May. Let's say Ghana phone I should move now once you say a part of Mao May. Neighbor Trumas workers, Metro Mass and my poor and customers in Ayakade. That system about the or how we bring everybody among you go and you do work with the ground and say this app ever stabilizing the transport trade. Obviously, what you say? It is going to stabilize our first regime. No, ulo do adie na unim say state e kukumasia. This is the fair. And you have been we better some media kai tepo na tempo ansa na mama take it pa ni mane mane na be free. You know what I say? Aha. And you know, idea in Metro Mass and you need some kese de my pantino. Na me boa Eduardo no minimum central for speaker wa mu nya fanya Metro staff no say we do any mo nya be ba beta adwuma je kese na chi e wo Metro Mass headquarters Foundation Pamphum.
Very
well. Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Baumia officially able launch the tap and go. Now that project is matter maku aye training aye no aye the Metro Mass the tap and go for no omo be the app no and National Road Safety Authority and Transport Ghana for it mean yen yakan ho aboma yidi dwumadi kesi in the office of the Vice President.
Very well. Hurry up, Mami Nawase. We wish you all the best. Do her, you best have a boy. Why?
It's a free coming that Rano Papa, you show them, I'm talking.
Mate, better say, 82 after 8, Kessben 92.9. This is Maakye on 92.9. On Facebook, Kessben 92.9. Fachame, come back, but Oko handles in this one, no. Kessben FM 92.9 anti adope yesterday live ewo eno eso anti ma o messages no emfe no so na emra ye be jacking kind nyina no e dia ma pacho dial *256*2# *256*2# na wa select option 2 o select here na watwa bi a ube win *256*2# with option 2 utwa bi a adope ube win ma yentie we na me ma Charles Makati achen.
Morning.
Yes, madam. Now, your friend said he found out you're free.
Your phone, Mariam, Chakrade.
Mariam, move free Chakrade. Now, are you 18 years? Said your voice in the city, no?
No, I'm not 18.
You are not 18.
Yeah.
I see. And you've won Kessben Passport, I don't pay.
Yes, let me show you. Listen, what's the name of Papa? What's the name of fat? Maybe I'm still on the at the end. No, I'm not going to who may work over TV. What's the name of the do? I wish you saw what I'm coming to go and me.
I mean, shower. So, talk right there, and I will show you free. And if I know it,
talk right there, Mr. City Airport Range.
Okay. Never talk right about it. Why? And take congratulations. Thank you. I mean, shower. So, an African pie critical on the Val's Day, and I mean, one way busy for Mammy or talk right in. Many packet to us. And thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm paying with the same for now till you're free and pay.
But I'm a Casati Dunqua, but you some more.
Ross, I'm going to say Dunqua Heifer, Dunqua, and answer Heifer.
Do qualify, I tell you, do qualify.
Congratulations. I don't know what your message you.
But tell you, I'm not going to come without it. And that, yay, you're going to see them all. You're going to see them all. It's a yummy, but the wassy.
Where do you talk when you want to see Anna?
But Miss Yassi, maybe Pesica. I had a but when I maintain it, I know where they
are. So congratulations. Why? Now, I hear now try. I hear now try.
Maybe Ghana.
100 Ghana city.
Okay. 100 Ghana.
It's a Kosutra. Now we try will be the why offer. Congratulations. I'm sure and short code near star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. Now what chimo and Kwame Appiah Kubi no ana akoso. My God, them are buying no aye reshuffle under the leadership of Nana Danko Ekufuado. My name is Charles Maakye action na me man akwaba. Just imagine.
Speaker Majoso.
Nampom boko.
Nyangu pa yana famu de. Akania nipa ebeye. Anti enaka. Na me sumemfa a chopper markers be a tea for the arefo. As a very 2-3 weeks in it.
So we see. I see kabas.
Oh, cause only you na. Yeah, cause only you are na. As yes, yeah, to tell me, na the channel. Ye, cause ye ni de na ye penny ya money. You know, responsibilities na be more.
Exactly.
You now have to attend programs before now. You wouldn't want to go, but then no, only option. Your friend, as I say, Okobi. See, yenso many nipa.
Exactly.
And Bibian so nkoja until weekend na be nkoja. What I say, edintia na nyesika as obi anya nche.
Repeat your microphone it in so mavida.
At you for the arrow, put him speaker and the diabolics. Jessica Bia. You're man for sick and
there be a free book or dear.
Oh, Bibia that thing.
And this week, a lot of issues now, Anna Akoso, na. And Hong Kong and no pay yeba ababedi matters arising from a year President Ekufuado the major reshuffle why year Dr. Baumia making address we Omaha into Unkabi or the division 2 J preparation for election no NDC takes on the flag bearer of the NPP wiki more Fifi a press conference. Now we are told say on the 16th of February, which is full of water by 6.6%. And also above here at the but a quick one, Mama the opportunity no for about 5 to 10 minutes. Na Mintio Kakra Ewo Dr. Baumia the vision address in the whole Uya na afe Yamra reshuffle.
Yeah. Topics are more discussed here trouble there.
Oh, in terms of now would be a different common idea.
Anyway, Speaker Dr. Alhaji Mamundu Baumia a presentation. I think it's about 73-page document.
Yes.
Okansem ewumu. Chair nadrin su ewum. Me unze ya student activists ano. Ya interest. Ya kocheki education. Ya better youth development.
Yeah.
As you know, all presented document.
You ma we dey say dey among for enye nti no crowd dey info.
See me share what you have for, but I think on the educational front, I still think say Ubiamaye what we need.
Okay.
Omuntimin enhu ye problem. And prescribe solutions. Because the mama ye and them be can say there's no basis for that conclusion. Sana Mifi say Dr. Baumia education, the vision on education, talking about robotics and coding, no. Say you be coding and robotics in secondary school. Problem be never be solved. What is it? What is it coming to solve? I wanted to know that aspect. Timothy said, yes, politicians, much as they want to move us, the research kakra at the back, you see, fantastic idea. That national service, also be non optional. The idea looks lofty, but national service. I brought for my me and Mukos school. National service helped us. Yeah, kasi national service to crowd bubefu.
Yeah.
So there's a yeah, kasi wo men national service. You will fight it because pursue.
Oh yeah.
National service, apart from the fact that a warm ram. Say Ghana ni bia we school.
As I say, several nation.
I feel back one son and what me to us no. Suya hunu bebre wo hodom.
Yeah.
Right. Sa sika kitwa na ye di ma wo no. Hod na ye suya how to save proper because so rent if you no amu na transport no na uye bibia. So that 1 year period that you national service you dis you near ma bebre you timi the build the contacts what is it we share and now for or meet me aboa in future if you wipe that off we are no optional maybe feel say eni nyina so no me feel say eni nyina so
and then the idea of patriotism
it will wipe out
yes, serving your country.
What will become of it? So until be able to decide this, okay, say optional there, maybe.
But the question is that even from school, or first hands-on job, I am more experience, yes, at least 1 year.
Because Kessben say, oh, Baha, yeah, perceive a history.
Exactly.
Juma Waye. Now, who need history? Who need track recorder Kwame so number for ajiwe juma ye nyina enim o fa daily graphic na o ko hwe advertisement e wo ho obia per minimum of 5 years 5 years ye ko nya wo hin where will you get that 5 years experience from what I say international service we and amamfo etimiti demonstrate so at least o ma ye bibi kakra before na voluntary service kra ho
okay
we national service now, one need Juma voluntarily you can reapply
to do it.
To build
up the experience.
To build up experience. Yeah, to see Kano just a little above the national service personnel for an agent. And a year few. Then say be neutralize it, the potency of national service. Yeah. Now your core rest is okay, optional. I tell you, GES will suffer. So you say about 60% of amount for more year national service or no, you don't go GS, Ghana Education Service. Or more you do more classing supplement I teacher for because trained teachers, most of the trained teachers don't want to go to interland.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Sana akobano. And you know, yes. I think sir speaker as of mine, it's in American robotics. A man for a space and a year robotics. A man for a space and a year robotics. Your fundamentals and it is
a space.
No, your fundamentals and it is a.
See, I launch a satellite
pen.
You launch a satellite
pen.
Ghana is in space already.
Sir.
Oh yes.
I saw near Canada and the young coffee Kwame Appiah are you now? Yeah, atomic energy.
Yeah.
What has been the state of it? What has been the state of Atomic Energy Commission? GAEC. And your months has na you see police quarters. Do we have vision for science and technology? No, say your mind, your focus, your vision for science and technology, and Kagaye Kasas, young could try and fancy police barracks. Do you get it? Me see, since time then Energy Commission aye in recent times one. Wait, my can be your my. That is it. You see, a man for any plan as for mine. Speaker, we do not have plan. Until politicians, political parties, sorry, will be a message of to team. But as a state, as a country, at the end of the year, we must be deliberate about how we want to build this country. So in the next 10 years, in the next 50 years, this is where we want Ghana to get to. So we are NDC, we are MPP, now we need to you must political party. You must at least prosecute that agenda. Once you Kumasi.
Yes.
You bet me afa Takrade ako Kumasi. You bet me afa Koforidua ako Kumasi, and then we can go like this to Kumasi. At the end of the day, no, you bet Drew Kumasi, but quite a first one Drew Kumasi no, and the year anchor political parties no or visions.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, on my Timuhano. Political parties now are not interested in the development of the country apart from winning elections. You get it? We see at 66, me what? See about 66 that we.
Yeah.
67 is 60. What can we show? What can we be identified of? Say Ubo Ghana. One thing a bit media so Ghana for the omuni. When a chess there is nothing. You got. There is nothing. You have one district, one factory. Then as for up to a net, we have no single factory. Bit me boost you off. The factories are coming. Come on, mobile Abosu glass factory, ni Palugu tomato, or more radio. Almost not sign you cry. You know one crying. Nini na jute. Everything is gone, and nobody is thinking about how to do it. Yes, artificial intelligence, robotics, it must be a course on its own. You don't go and introduce it in secondary school.
But what do we need that one for in this current dispensation? In terms of your trajectory, no, and no, here is here.
And that make us say. Research.
Yes, I say.
What I say?
Robotics in the me recover my cocoa production a coffee, the backbone of our economy.
So they are not identifying the problems they're hiding. Look at it. It's like omutio mu riasibi. And ya cover for no. Ya what be a tie. And who your problems different from what they see. And to provide this, prescribe solutions it appears to be addressing certain things that we don't know. Because on my team, students, universities churn out thousands of students yearly. Unemployment is high. Kwame Appiah addressing that one. What I say?
Yeah.
Uba, your hospitals, there is no bed syndrome. And never be facilities when laboratories no lab obia report here different. The standards cry the state labs at the saying. Then you commission a research to be done in the hospitality industry and the health sector. No, but based on that, now with their crafty message, how you will resolve the problems, the challenges. Ufa GS education. Now, your model are you operating as a country when it comes to education? Is it the best?
Do we have a model now?
I just want to rely on what we are. Nyanka say your model because they say I do to me while running
education.
This thing to your minister there. Let me grant him that opportunity. Say we have a certain model operating. Is that model useful to this generation? Now, young fire to talk. Abra na ye papa no mo ye wofa no mo six form any form 4 no udi tutu ene ye education na ye progressi na ye retrogressi. Do you get abra yanka ye boko ye nim but ase ye de ne de da bi. You get it? Ye ni plan. Okay. We do now not have how do we fight corruption? Then they did corruption eba. Sugar You see, these are, in fact, the ideas and some looks nice, but me, I wanted to see how the problems been solved.
Very well.
Which problems are we trying to solve? What are we trying to cure? Nyaye can then na ye ufa Ghana card ni say ya what church mu say ebe increase revenue, it will be able to help us identify people and what have you. Yes. And no what training ebe solve others, no what will this solve? Especially my stand my general education. Maybe me interest education, because what me educate or citizens are what educate to obia what bomarding about obia ma obia betima konani, because education is key. And no ni here.
But the horse free SHS no better so.
You see, is the problem with the free
Kessben 92.9
problem my education here one is it say a free and na ye tria school fees. Maybe so. A man for the mako GIS. A man for mako
Tema International.
Could be what Lincoln.
Yeah, I believe
yeah, Lincoln. A man for mako Lincoln. Speaker. Now, no more mako Lincoln. Obia ba wa cow any driver. And yan can keep 12. Ube kona Prados, Benz, and na apaki train crowns of a pomade na coffee. Sa own to me to about school fees. Preparatory school, yes, in Crown preparatory school, basic. Preparatory school, no boy yet in secondary school fees. Me what?
Yeah.
Preparatory school, no boy yet in secondary school fees. Obia what to me then a back up preparatory school a manageri. Or see mean to mean to secondary school fees. One a casa trail. And you know, crazy uko interland na emuya din. That is true. Until the packages ne but yenya na send you obia bet to me anya biaye. We shouldn't let them create the impression say now your problem are your war my women a school are you tria school fees in tia dabi more my dear kind or but tria school fees me boa na aban wa kwanya wo di boa akuafo enti ye wo koko scholarship koko board no ma akuafo so wo papa wo na nado koko a ye bom scholarship e ma wo di ko na wo northern scholarship wo ho na there was packages wa ye di boa needy but brilliant students. Do you get it? Obi atimi afom akubi, but ye be ya so no ye no fufufu obi antumi nkobia the attendant problems no we have not addressed it. Into first school nana kohwe efi nets atiti luva blaze abubu enkonya bubu headmaster entimi in charge the school can't charge because ukoya ye be yiwadi and then yes PTA kranya nano no mbe ye ya so ye di tumi abehye GS nsa eni ye ya fi PTA sa entino schools are omutimi charge schools omu all student associations.
And I was very sad. I was very sad. One of the dailies said by if you go to Wesley Girls, for instance, say overcrowding about to an extent. Even common beds and kwalane bedaso no ebin ne ho. The prestigious Wesley Girls and kwalane the omo mattresses etofom na womwada, and then it has gotten to a point. I mean, the headmistress felt only option be than to come out to the public.
To come and beg.
Yes, the school prefect for the Wesley Girls Senior High School equally spoke and then pleading with the public. I mean, these are substantial circumstances of challenges in second cycle institutions. Yet we play politics with it.
We did. Speaker, and American, young can credential. Me say the only schools are gonna have 3 SHS about 2 year placement. Headmaster Timika said, we mention Prempe, Butwe, sa school ya budi, we give omo, sa schools at Mota, they can reject placement because omo back
category A schools.
Yes, omo all student association emo drew. Ye frewa udwane what I say, into they have a backing. But how go far being as far all student association is stronger. Just say, yeah, headmaster, you to me, you were anytime.
Okay, this is the anchor. And anchor na de buy.
Very good.
And only a day to a Facebook no. Now it says that prestigious Wesley Girls students sleep on the bare floor.
No correct.
Okay, I say. This is the front page. Yeah. And this was published yesterday. Yeah. Very, very sad. I mean, you ask yourself, say, why would Wesley Girls, among all the senior high schools, face such a challenge?
That was our school way. Wesley Girls. Now, omo ye program na enkwani pia ne obi camera obi akrampo. Oh.
And I think Kegwa Secondary Technical School.
You get the issue. What is it? It is a Wesley Girls.
All from technical.
Where get he new? Where get he new? What is it? Who can't get school or Ghana ha? Untimi motria na school wing enka.
Girls and boys are at girls school Ghana.
Where get the Wesley Girls?
I say girls, but because open top senior high schools in the country, yes.
Untimi
top 3. Untimi
top 3 abra most school. Omumpo ena nkora da for me. Na fabodebe to me talk. Now kwa Contombra Secondary School. No. The problem was, and that is where I have issues with politicians in this country. They are unable to communicate clearly to us. What the problem is because our form appears to so toward to identity. Speaker, 7 years in a implementing free SHS.
And that's now see for Mama.
Not proper assessment. So the assessing program nakaso we had no much here. No say any so for me the two major political parties has a responsibility. John Dramani Mahama is it Tamale Secondary and Ganasco Ganas and Baumia Tamasco omo responsibility to tell us clearly how they would deal with our problems. Documents of Mudia kind way 24-hour economy with their back, where do their back. I see they have a lot of explanation to give us. Because for me, Babi Abeti, I am not convinced.
But that's Charles McCarthy. Charles McCarthy, the chief editor at the Hawk, the Obokrata, the newspaper. Now, my first run be Bayport Savings and Loans. I don't pay one more daruba, one more as sponsor. And Bayport said, main control, say, I don't pay so would see na oye Ghana name, Pacho, oye Jumanka Krakra, Wankasa, Buja Jadi, and Woody. Now we are association, a group, I mean, more contributing, mutual deals. The most important thing, no, and it's a sikano more put it together in ano. Bayport say ye momo nkaya say mo betimi de sa sika no ababeye investment. Wo mo akwakofa de friend fixed deposit investment no e de aba eno nti say ubie account with a Bayport Savings and Loans na obeye fixed deposit ni bia mpacho wo mo na otenase na mo negotiate the level of a interest opese wunya ewo osika no. So depending on the amount wo de babeto a fixed deposit ni mo eno nti anope mpacho se wutie me opese osika no wode hye baabi na sika no eye adwuma de mfaso eba so ema wodia anope only Bayport Savings and Loans for any enkomo. You can make an investment for 3 months, 6 months, and also say 1 year na when a Bayport Savings and Loans for any enkomo. Anope oko wo mo officer e wo kokomlemle na wo mo eben ATTC school no oni yomo any enkomo on 0245 153283 0245 153283 and also say for 0263 007922 na only Bayport Savings and Loans for any enkomo anope. Franco Trading Enterprise for Adaroman Pacho Wamo ewo all kinds of phones. Original ones are eye papa utobi na uyusua ebeche ye ede amount. Franco for ewo eye Nokia phones ewo ho Samsung mo amope the latest iPhones ni nyina no ubo rad the showrooms of Franco Trading Enterprise obenya ni nyina be ewo ho anope ko na koje wode afi ope accessories, ope phone batteries, ope phone covers, ope phone screens ebia o phone no ahwe form ama screen no aseya anope oko eye Franco Trading Enterprise showroom bia obenya bi ato womo ebe fixing nyina no kama edi amount ma o phone battery no enye strong so that upia bonte a ebe last longer na ankobase be a onam bia na okra power bank ana wo charger and pay on the Franco Trading Enterprise for any komo and wachi open television set ranging from a year 32 inches, echo 55 inches, open refrigerators, air conditions, the uyusu of fear, any the uyusu office, Ninano, and pay on the Franco Trading Enterprise for any income or on the money in be at all. Ubetimi a follow one more ewo on my website no so www.francotradingenterprise.com and also said download the Franco Trading app no ewo Play Store any app store na place you order no ewo so omobema 40% discount so far as say only one more edidra ewo app no so no you stand a chance of saving money and pay speak to them one more ebejo so mpacho omo showrooms no ewo across the country region bia won bia no ubenya Franco Trading Enterprise showroom ni be ewo ho and pay for one more on 0246 422 338 0246 422 338 and also say for 055 5939 311 na on a Franco Trading Enterprise for any enkomo anopay na womo ebejo sopa Emas Global Link Limited for a travel and tour company anopay wutieme na uyo bia weni swade huno ne se obetu kwan akwa abrochire akotoa abrabone so mpacho oye artisan ananso se wankasa ukra wonsa no adwuma bia woye unyaya anka obeko Europe obeko America Asia baby the rest of the world na wakwakotoa abrabone so wo ho nanso visa sem any document processing ti ama weni swade huno no entimi mmemo anopay oni Emas Global Link Limited for any enkomo na womo ebe take all the necessary measures any procedures I say womo faso edejo visa ne ma onyina no womo beye age visa no ede amount afi o ye student o pese ko masters PhD e wa broche o beye application into the schools a o pese okono anopay masada dwen no enye or how kese emfama Emas Global Link o dia ne sa admission aba na afi wo scholarship eka ho na womo age visa no ede amount sa challenges nyina no challenges are stop you from reaching your dreams and your goals and pay Emas Global Link Limited for say oba womo nchen a womo be solve this problem no any challenges ni nyina no ede amount speak to them na oni womo ni nkomo and pay won be boa amansa aka visa no ama watimi akoto awadesua so afemu ye corporate entity mo pese mo call for tourism purposes oko Dubai akwa de ekoso ewo Dubai and pay speak to Emas Global Link Limited for womo beji mo group visa ni nyina no ede amamo na etimi aboamo amade mo pese mo koye no etimi abemo ede amamo se o Kumase ana wotiemi a okọ Asafo Labor womo any Senate office no ana ye directly opposite ewo Kumase na oba eye enkran so a womo ewo Kaswa Weja main road no eso West African Deco Towers no womo ni omo eye opposite ewo eye White Cross Junction eho ana obehu omo and pay for one more on 0504 2034 01 0504 2034 and also say for 0535 502499 na one Emas Global Link Limited for any enkomo anopay mame Emma a year citizen atodazi akwaba na mema na chen or a general secretary edema the GCPP or a private legal practitioner as well na anopay beneno any enkomo benin sianso atenase he is an energy policy expert na anopay watenase yebedi enkomo Godwin Mahama is from the camp of the NDC na anopay womo ana eboa with the discussion many issues are within the week SEC no and we're giving you a wrap of it until this week the major story President Akufo-Addo reshuffle awaye yeba eno so na yede ho enkomo na afe yato so council good morning I just saying
Mr. Speaker
yes bibi aboko there
Yamanado
I page our voice in the so
na anapay
oban wa wo me ho dada na aba yo nti mebuya bem ye ne wa
Kessben 92.9FM.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, council.
Sorry, my Mr. Start actually on a very sad note.
At the NSC.
I think most of us he's not a personal friend, but I know him from afar. Wofa Keke.
For Kwame Appiah.
Yes.
Oman FM presenter no.
Anytime I continue to watch and listen to how new some kwaya. Yimpa yansahwe, they be ameka da maseme.
na iwunde ibenya shim anamsin obesha wa name.
Oh yes, so be very precise here.
Because sabi we ni program when
Oh, now person come with
Obi
replace, definitely the work must continue,
So Bobo Baye, we saw how former President Jonathan Mills died.
Yeah.
He was replaced.
Yeah, and take a lesson there.
I'm even talking about if he was a sitting president, he was replaced immediately. It shows there, Masa, no matter who you are, you can be grounded to zero and you'll be replaced, you'll be forgotten. Inti mama obi anya no de oye irreplaceable. Na enka Ghana it's in there wontua Ghana you don't want pay, we are not paying you. Really a voluntary service. Ghana for a voluntary service na ye no so robo ya abro inti empio. Awa enja ketua. Voluntary service na ye. Yes, empio. Why do you still want to force yourself on us? Some baby are yakon. Oh, no yin bad no way. That way for academ no way. Mr. Speaker, I mean let's get into the issues. I mean the president or a choice to make. Even if Adichi na ye babo to aba na so opedo or ye racial flow opedo so bio ubia nsi no ho kwan.
Yeah.
Ayan kofu kando na president Kufuor na bread wo yen sisa president Mahama na bread last minute wo yen sisa bi na I always ask myself there, check those people's record there during their tenure no ye want to ye ana kofu kanya ma wone nti na what train last minute no wo ye dem sisa na then me analogy the Ghana Black Stars ye bobo ubia nyim de even yen ma teach because sometimes we tell the yes na coach them play we abre do on bohwe on the sanada last minute na Ghana de for me na why answer and we don't get anything out of it.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. But for me, I want to wish all the ministers well, those who have been appointed well.
Yeah.
But the ministry whose budget has been decided on.
Yeah, approved that.
Based on certain programs.
Appropriation, yeah.
What really can you add on? Unless the Becca the Yimpano or Nebia Sabi or Martin Cra in Tabia now just to ensure that programs na model to pondono you it will be executed to the latter until you think that one political leadership no about one answer. By Kadam so then I ask myself there, if a vice president position can't change anything, how much more a minister's position? Obi under the award no bay on obey. If a whole top person like a vice president,
the second in command,
how much more Obi award na basisa no basisa bibi? There is so much inconsistencies in our discussions. There's so much inconsistencies because you see, in one breath, and I pay me Krobia.
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic work that they are trying to put up. They be a mekade or they dream shekai. Inti me bi wan se bi wa ye nyina yam bo anon kodo na oye ya ye nyina oye mayara. But consistently he was talking as if we are under the president of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Attributions nyina come about.
Exactly. So then I ask myself that in one breath you are saying this is a mate who can't do anything. Yet, it's there Metro Mass in Swadi Hunu na Badia war yin everything. Hey, and I do at least Munina Yamamun say anything. The president has not finished his tenure. He is the president of Ghana. And Ebia more can into see say on where we enough family into me him son into say vice president see I can say when we take over I mean to me.
Omedi president.
Exactly. Because I was surprised that inka ompo onka there Yewura Nanado na Dr. Baumud Baumia when you saw adi hunu there obey. Nothing was mentioned about the president. Everything. Yet in another breath, they complain around this time when former President Mahama is talking about, let's say, Bank Hospital or UGC, or Atamos and Aberdeen was starting. So what inconsistency is this, Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
In the end, I mean, we wanted a reshuffle.
Yeah.
Whether late or early, there has been a reshuffle. I was thinking that this is the time when Kawobe take some of the ministries. Now I'm merging. We have not seen that. It's just chess and a yerbo. Yeah, what the outcomes would be. I'm interested in some of them. I mean, they are very young blood. They have been elevated. It sends good signals. Let's see what they can do. Probably they will bring some form of energy. I'm very proud of Fati.
She's mature.
She has a story, you know, and I hope that
the Deputy Minister for Information.
Yeah, I listened to her a bit earlier when she became Deputy Minister, and Oche from the background, baby, away fear, baby, level, yeah. This is a very strong story. And I hope that it encourages a lot of young women to aspire to the highest levels. The Masona, Dr. Okuboy, I mean, another young guy who is fighting a lot, doing a lot out there, showing his face, very active on the political front, also being elevated to become the health minister. I think one deputy minister too, is very young guy. I think he was, is it Collins?
Adoma Kumenza.
Yes.
Oh, but the deputies are all young. Adoma Kumenza is young. Prince Hamid, Kwesi Mintim MP, is also very young. Asifua is very young.
Yes. Well. So, like I'm saying, I mean, we've seen all these young people coming on board. I mean, I hope that they make some form of influence, because in the end, I want to see what it tells people that involving the young can change certain dynamics.
Very well.
I mean, in the end.
So may I say 42 gone past 8. This is Kessben. Patrol dial *256* 2#. *256* 2#. Now was selected option 2 on the Kessben Cashboard. Ready the first draw no and to so Patrol join you live on Facebook now. Yenche your first winner no the first 500 cities I decline going on a weekend like this Patrol we here now what media tutorial make sure 1,500 and pay and sad that Masori Jumedian so *256* 2#. *256* 2#. And no a short code that ubetibi so mame enya me first draw no embra beba na afemene Benjamin Insia. It is expected say next Friday fuel is supposed to go up by 6.6% and as an energy policy now also question
Ajuma edimi yira kakra
Ajuma do ra copy him fa Benjamin Insia
edimi copy oti Ajuma de ko oti akwaba
Ejuma de mu oyi.
Ejuma de mu oyi mu janto ya mu jade mu jade kwanda ho amu betu afa mu
jade.
Yes.
Very shuffling. I think that the Ghana for here no.
Odi va na akwa. Yes oti kuro so na akwa.
The Ghana for here no mampanyi e dey aba.
Oti regional minister bi so asemu nya no.
Reshuffling no.
Yes oko kuro be so.
The Ghana for friend na mampanyi dey aba no. But I think that the bo mampanyi aba so say watie Ghana for.
Did the can dey nya no na oti.
But as to what I say best some bi no. And also yeah as an foforo. Me believe say leader bia ewo ono ane approach leader bia ewo ono ane philosophy ono ane tools and instruments are or the ba office bia mu and or the core office bia mu and I think that new leadership yoma appoint yomu yi say ba say vetting committee ni ji omutuma na say parliament ji omutuma obi ade ne approach of leadership beba the style of leadership beba and I hope say akwanya ya yama omu especially my friends ka ho Akwanya. Oh, Ian Collins also did a program, and he's also a friend and a mate.
Who I mean, Diana Diba too.
Nti Akwanya na president amomo, and I think that there was almost some banner omubeye adwumani edeboa oman Ghana. Na problem ba kwa me wo menim whether it's been confirmed is that Maakye say ye finance minister edineko advisor to the president on economic and international capital something meaning whether it's confirmed negotiations and other things. I think that say no credit any economy no new intervention be a say near because at the end of the day policy be or the man still advises the president and na advice no and be a president befa and onfa, so which means this even is a promotion. Just that only papers also a minister, but it's a promotion because you call cabinet or no the bekache president say jituma na say nyintum and I say far na enfa, which means that he's still at the helms of affairs when it comes to the economy of this particular country. No problem kakra, but I think Vincent is doing his PhD. He's a young man. Collins, young, Aziz, young, Abanga, Yediniko local government, young, all the young guys said, your mama, to redeem yourself and put yourself in future leadership roles. Because I think that the president in there or build your more for future. And I would do huni. No way would you year. I think future biano ye be mouse our position no. So my enkase be appropriation no ya pass and about every leader biano on approach how to solve issues. In recent times we've seen a lot of agitations in the labor front. We've seen a lot of problems with our sanitation. E be next can wo but former leaders no hu kwan ya mbefa so at must solve some of these. New leader there 8 months there edosa anisa oba betuma baby. I wish them all the best, and I think that they should come and redeem their own image, not even the image of the party, but Omomo Omagana for who say.
Now this is a president. Wakacho say he doesn't believe in reshuffle. Okay.
Yeah.
And for the pressure, free public in the Hobano and Amanaye reshuffle. Now because of his belief, Wama ministers Nibiatina for 7 years now.
Yeah.
Okay, thinking say the longer they last, I mean, the betterment of the government. I mean, experience the year Jumani. If you are of that opinion, now all reshuffle just about 8 to 10 months into election. I mean, with same analogy, what do you expect from new crop of people? Audio mobiles is saying.
I think I don't want to argue in the line of the president or.
No, but it is based on principle.
Maybe to support his argument, I think I want to argue based on those who have been selected and appointed.
On their own competences.
Yes, the president, Adrian said, staying long, and my expert and I say, to solve issues, they should prove the president wrong. And the moment for president, or more bibi to redeem themselves. But I'm going to repeat some mistakes, and the president, his argument will be confirmed. Say or my be a mistake. So let's look at that angle. And I also think that I think we normally I will share this particular reshuffle. It also has to do with the if anything, the loss of some of these MPs. Also mulusu or more primaries. Which means there has been a vote of no confidence on you, even by your constituents. Nti ana
me too.
Right. Until constituents crano empel and also chiro say even your leadership not only in the fairness in ministerial position, even your constituents who say only perfectly, and that also forced the president to do this particular reshuffle because the president no cry Judea. There's been a conflict between the constituents and the president, and I think the constituents and the whole do the larger power. Now,
so in that context, the big church say Sir Reshafu is more of a political one. A year towards the election, and not really say what more best some BBI in our economy. I mean, what would you say to that?
I think, Mr. Speaker, whether you like it or yes, political parties are in politics to win. So if they believe that changing these old appointees in the Bama election, I think you can say your money, you fan bonny so because they mean they want to win the election. This is some of the more no problem with that. I just want the young ones. The same Minia Collins, Asefua, Amin, Mohammed Amin, Adam, Omo. All these honorable men are selected Omui. It was some Banombe redeem Omo image. That's the most important thing for me. Not what the president wants, not what their political party wants, but for themselves. So that the Achibino, Abeye, Oma Beye and Kaidum, Amaye Nina, Amaye, Esian Biefrum. But they are very, very young. Some are in their 35, some are in their 37, some are even below 35. They are very, very young, and I think that it was so Omu Chirebibi. Now, my young say Mabuno, yes, you beat me, asum mine, asum niye. Now, to political parties and their promises on pledges and whatever. You see, the fundamental problem of this country is that political parties do not have ideology, they do not have philosophy. And I think that Ghana, all the Ghana politicians, to South African politicians, would even to Ivorian politicians, would even to Burkina or Mali politicians. Ghana politicians are one of the worst in Africa in terms of philosophy and ideology. Nti se Baumie Kasa, you don't know where he's coming from. If Mahama is talking, you don't know where he's coming from. In terms of connecting the whole country in moving this particular country forward, you don't know. Even when I was listening to it, I wanted to hear Baumia or Mahama in terms of our clear-cut foreign policy. They don't have. What is our foreign policy in Africa? What is our stance on what is happening at ECOWAS? Omuni. Ne, Mali, Burkina, Niger, ese omoti omo. Ye political parties no. Almost stance ewo ho ye den. President Mahama, former President Mahama, His Excellency the current Vice President Alhaji Dr. Baumia, omo foreign policy is not clear. Who in Ghana can compare himself? Which politician in Ghana can compare himself to even Julius Malema? Now the Naledi Pando, the foreign, and when you even look at the foreign minister of South Africa, Naledi Pando, now the tuto your foreign minister, if anything, then you realize that as a new politician crowd Ghana, because there's no philosophy, there's no constructive criticisms of our economy, like and even when they are criticizing our economy, based on what ideology are they even criticizing our economy, you don't know. People say they are creating businesses. Businesses in Ghana are dominated by, I'm not saying we should sack them anyway because we are in a global village. Lebanese, Indians, Chinese are dominating our business space. No politician in Ghana can even criticize this system of being dominated, not being sovereign in terms of industries. Obian to be criticizing because Oslo West and as be Oslo East, right? So me politicians in terms of education, I don't even see any philosophy behind education. I don't see philosophy behind economy. I don't see philosophy behind anything. They just talk and talk and talk and talk. So Ghana and I think yesterday I heard one lady Kotana radio music say she thinks that your politicians only 92%. Only 8% and papa or no GD say in her opinion no about 92% of our politicians are not there to develop us, but they are there to do their shady deals and amass wealth for themselves and their families. 8% some even were arguing, but you see, yeah, and I think that people think this way of our politicians because of lack of philosophy. Ghana Habibian ho, there's no discipline, there's no nothing. In our movies, there's no philosophy behind movies. In our music, there's no philosophy behind music. In even culture, religion, there's no philosophy. and they did chroma. And the politicians sometimes I see and listen to them and I laugh. Now, maybe fuel so.
Remember, so Mamin call Godwin Mahama Sombra.
Minia,
we'll come to the
send the woman
on a second.
Because I'm coming time to be a medical fuel.
Oh, time about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, or Casabana, bro. Just under 30 seconds, wrap you up Nabembra Godwin.
So, in 30 seconds, I think that your politicians, I was happy when NDC started a school. As to whether the school is bringing out the best in terms of ideology is another problem. Because Abrofono, Democrats, today, the center left in America, they believe in LGBT. That is their concept. The Republicans are anti-immigration. You know them by their philosophy. This is what we are against.
Yeah.
And they are very conservative and they are against LGBT. So Trump by say, Otia. Oko Europa, we have Labour Party. They are built on their philosophy. But you have no politician. You don't even know how they talk. They talk and you don't see anything. And that is why lack of philosophy will force Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to say, Oko cancel NSS. Does he even know? Or he's making one cancel? Okay, he's saying that any mandatory, optional. But does he even know the reason for the NSS? Only the entire NSS by. Has someone sat him down to tell him why NSS was brought in?
Now NSS no problem benefit. And as I say, NSS are very nuisance.
No, the thing is that Onisika oditua workers. No, just say that say skaniwa. Editua service personnel. But to say
you create NAPCO to build their experience for the job market.
To say you want to make it optional, then you ask yourself, what is the philosophy? And now people are saying that me school abrochire masa in other jurisdictions like South Korea, it is mandatory. Even call military service.
Even Nigeria,
and they have a philosophy behind it because they want to build a patriotic Nigerian. Same way we want to build a patriotic Ghanaian. Intermediate say service no cry soldier to build some discipline, even though
1.5 years.
Yes, even though military also lack discipline because they don't even have any philosophy there. But we should send people there to create that discipline and patriotism in terms of serving this particular country. Now, what could you say obey an optional because he lacks philosophy?
Okay. Medase, Mamembra Godwin Mahama. So, 1 after 9. This is Kessben 92.9. Pacho Maakye Jumedie so under Uwe. Bide de Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. I'm highly grateful, sir, Anope what join here until the weekend review major happenings SEC no and Anope Yanewo AD and Komono. But I mean chill for 10 minutes.
Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, let's just say.
You are doing here now, sir.
Eradiado.
I mean, me co-panelist. Mr. Speaker, I'm person making a little comment about the school issue. And I'm Maakye Kubi. When him say me more or less an educationist. I'm a trained teacher. I taught for more than 7 years. You see, a very important said that discussion. You be holding in high esteem and discuss it, because education has become so political that and the Nkolana ye turn out from the schools no. Yeah. 20-30 years ahead of us no. So time you be feel the impact of their experience and see Wesley Girls is not an exception. Mimi school am call here. Me name chairman for the governing body. Last time I came here, I don't know say okay. Ekasa nkola ye di call me school about 400. So far less than 200 and I report it. 200 nimpo no. Ebi nya baby na. Ebi nya baby ntina. Inti plastic chairs so anomote. The last time we call meeting, as I said voluntary on kasa donated 1,000 cedi. So one fan ko yen konwa ni bi. Ahe na ebetimi aye. Inti now all call it on us as all students. Say yemba school ne emwa. Recently, I think last week or last 2 weeks, school no engage in the usual inter-houses competition. And Makati, common inter-houses competition. Na school no kura nyeska enfantua. Inti na say the sports department extra officially to us as all students. Na yebua in just common inter-houses competition. Inti a very, very important discussion. And the last time, Makati raised the issue of the policy direction of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I'ma meet table a bit before him. I will urge him, say, I will repeat it again, Now constantly on repeating my now maybe on calling for more. Oliver Twist can always ask for more. Maakye said there are only two things I had the educational sector: infrastructure and teaching and learning materials, and yes, goods and services. And that's the most important thing, because infrastructure now man then baby enter. And I keep saying, say, you see, any mistake he said I think chapter 6, the directive principles of state policy. Every government say you introduce free SHS on a gradual process, because it involves finance and a very tedious. Until I know be here and I say, you put the infrastructure in place. Now you're rolling Colano on a gradual process. Until within 3 or 4 years, now you're rolling Obia atoso. And the E-blocks, Bebre I can rim. Bebre I can rim. Until under Obi regime, you know, young experienced this. And McCarthy equally say he wants to know the policy direction. I agree on him. The most important thing is RMB, and in part of the subject, you know, open say or repentia. As I said first, uji to musa wire boni. Because one young to musa wire boni, what are you repenting from? Do you get me? Under his essay, John Dramani, Mama, what you to musa, they are teaching problems in the educational sector. Until all calling for review. But Abayna Kasakasa or implementing problem keeps running away from it because they claim there are no problems. Intellectual say, well, no, imagine say, on behalf a second look at the thing. And if they don't accept that there are problems, we'll continue to be at where we are. Until the first point of even said John Mahama admitted that there are problems. You know, it's even a start in the right direction. Say, or you say there are problems. And Wakas Oba, education is a stakeholder engagement policy direction. Oba engaging all stakeholders. Now you review, and you may say yede account. Now you improve the education sector. Now things of this nature will be a thing of the past. Me go into the reshuffle. Mr. Speaker. Yeah. Yenu Muslims because duka daya. So what you say? Dabi. Duka daya. One more do about ni na omu ye duka daya for. They won't come and impact the economy in any way. Besides, my main country, MPP just immediate past chairman. Like I said, reshuffle is too late because fan fasudi biya embre o maino. Omo just immediate past chairman. Freddie Blay aka. Aside that, me kai in 2016 around January, he certainly John Dramani Mahama a reshuffle. Emma the then running mate and the vice president and the mate. A supposed mate, echo on the Facebook and Twitter, catch the yen say that time there is no way that reshuffle will make impact. January couldn't make impact. What is the tendency that February? And even po ombe vetting, I approve company enter match. Into what show say they were going to make it into one principle and belief in reshuffle say time is of essence, you know, and they are catching up with him. But metro didn't make us say omo message no, Mr. Speaker. Chirami nipa bakwa yadina ka reshuffle we hua from 2017 ABC and there on contributed directly or indirectly in the governance of this country under the reigns of Nana Addo Bawumia administration. Chirami. Then I will withdraw the statement. Say,
there are new people on board.
Why?
Anna?
Why?
Because there are new faces here.
And I may say, what contributed directly or indirectly? Let me tell you.
And indirectly,
the other time say,
yes.
I can tell you, say, about 90% of MPs or more parliamentary, or more ministers, or board so, serve as board members. Yes or no?
Not that I know of. Or more homes is here now.
Oh, Bebre, or board so. Bebre no more board so until now. Oh, Missy Bebre no more board so. I don't want to mention names, but Bebre no more board so. And board play a major role in the running of institutions. Until they say institutions are collapsing, we can attribute that to the board and to the other maybe people.
If you are here for the work science and technology ministry, no, don't
worry. The next point. MP, don't worry. The next point. Don't worry. I'm building a point. The next point. MPP in opposition catch them and say they have the men. And I'm a boy. We now were part of the men the MPP touted. Yes or no? Inti omurini we no out of the men and a president are selecting the first 11. And the first 11 is better than the bench. Who didn't call any tournament? Now we found best foot and two bench. Citizen. It's out of the men almost your one and was selecting the first 11. Omunini. Into injury time, you know. And upon injury time, no say. Supporters na ya Ghana phone. Ya na ya kan si na sun krampo ya ne ya. Say onye changes na waye. Into upon onyi in the bench for the waba. And then yes, Anka Ghana for Kasama na afuno na nka onye changes no. And you rightly said
it. Yeah, well said this the substitute be or a greater player than the original shot.
It only takes magic.
Call up now way.
It only takes magic.
Oh yeah, well say be or you good, but call up now way.
No, say nipa na nya call up ah. Untimi friend is on bench.
Kessben 92.9.
Into so ye MPR. Who ye MPR? You have been called as part of the men. Unti bench. And yes, you have not been part of the call up. Anameboa. Who ye MP ko on the ticket of MPP no. Call up no ka ho. Just the first 11 no president say o into first 11 now president is selected my no. Speaker from 2017 up to a that first 11 amande inflation rate John Mahama ja in 2016 15.4 and then I'm 23.5. And only the record of the first 11 oh. Then what makes you think like injury players but make impact? First 11 John Mahama ja exchange rate $1 to 4 cedi 20 pesos. First 11 Eddie came 12 cedis. Me look I say John Mahama full price Ojaya around 18 Ghana cedis somewhere 18 and they see about the increase fuel biome. First 11 record no. Under John Mahama interest rate gallon I mean gallon. And under John Dramani Mahama interest rate now I'm around 28-25%. And the first 11 need the HM 32-35%. And the first 11 no. Then naturally say injury players 4 way who come and make impact. Me no can say first 11 catch there and say we don't need to tax Ghanaians. Your war resources no Ghana. Yet let's harness on it to improve Ghana. And the first 11 no, well, look at where we are. NPP are buying a happy more than 40 taxes. Ghana force. First 11. Me no can say first 11 debt to GDP John Dramani Mahama Jai 56%. And the first 11 the HM 100%. Into ton Ghana Japadie ni na and na. Na ye discard equity aka Ghana sand the 3%. But under John Mahama now ton Ghana Japadie ni na. Udi move 56% and it yaka Ghana benyam for 44%. Under John Mahama oja $250 in the stabilization fund. I'm a first 11 for us kwandani na. Omo dia manasa. John Mahama ja $250 million I was sinking fund. First 11 for no dia manasa. Ghana Infrastructure Development Fund oja $270 million wom. And the first 11 omo decision is yem fanko si ya wo wane yangiska yendi ni upfront. Nti neska bi ekomu bia na yedikotuaka. John Mahama ja Esla na afibia ema yen $3 billion. First 11 no omo decision ni se yem fanko si ya wo wa. Omo first kan mpo ankotua legacy energy debt. And he can tell you your energy debt is close to 20 billion. I think it's even more than that. He's here. He will tell you.
God knows it for
the American in hand say, yes, a constitutionally mandated provision at the discretion of the president say obey reshuffle. But reshuffle way. Onakasankasa say, why because Ghana force on ye, onakasa only GD womb. This reshuffle is too late. And Crofire don't want about now we could do upon Kuma fee information the Nico works and house. It's not the same people. We a Japan mess the Nifi deputy energy. That command is substantive. Was he not part of the initial government? Tell me, Intinu Enko Siaga. The long and short in Nane said the Aminia Ekayeno Bebrena ye and Crawford ye parliamentary candidate. And I'm about to replace one over Lusu. So it is a rationale say ye be appoint one said they are from a neko say ye be to aba at least enkrofo edibi omo so benya kakra bi nso ndi emfa nkonya campaign. That is the baseline for the reshuffle.
God remember, thank you. My main family winner in a minute in Nkomo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Open Pacho Udin the same Hefana Uti free.
But when we did the economic, I said, magazine.
Okay, over at Open what we has been cashport.
I'm Pacho, no crap.
Message number.
Pacho, I.
Okay, congratulations. Why? You're marching.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I hear try.
Oh, because we never CCD from phones from so many and I mean,
now, cast 6
about me about.
I see. Congratulations. Why?
Thank you, sir.
And because why? My
cousin, I said, no, maybe super good coming radio, no,
very well. But I say, thank you. And you say about the Kessben or the super glue, I can the radio, no one chim to baby. Maakye for an pay chairman in a 9:15. This is Kessben. Pacho dial *256*2# *256*2#. My second draw no, and we share our Facebook this year na. And no sia na aka 500 Ghana cedis ye besan so de ache wansa na ya sore so *256*2# na was select option 2 pacho beda se papa mame Charles Makati so na mintie na bet on the reshuffle na yenko a year benin so we are told say fuel prices na do pay ye be page mo by 6.6% na on my indications at the price increment no at the eba. But before that, Chase Baminchi on the reshuffle kakra na yenkoji the details of fuel increment in them.
Ufa Vice President 73-page document.
What's that idea ko yaji
jase? Me found ko wet me kawa de ye djuma bi wo fi ha. Page 18.
Okay.
Paragraph 44. To make sure our education sector is not left out of the digital revolution, we are providing free Wi-Fi to our senior high schools, 710 secondary schools. We are providing, which means it is a cost.
Ongoing.
46 colleges of education, 260 district education offices, and 13 public universities. Here, we studio ha.
Yeah.
And
where deception can see
we studio ha and is not going on. Usma reporters.
Yeah, and internet.
It is not going on. Yeah. This one and so you see a month for or more
trust speech.
Sometimes to be frank with to be honest, to be fair to the vice president, maybe any fault, but they communicate haters and also researchers no, they are doing the service to him.
Yes, but that is what
even
we are
writing. You see, because sometimes maybe the vice president is not a good writer.
He commissioned this project.
Or commission will be now Unipa. Even the driver made analogy or the buy no crano. Any kwanza accommodation speech no. No. You see, he took away the substance of the speech. When you say okanima bia, nkabia one car driver mate now. Nkagana for be focus on sa name no. But they did the service to him.
No, but Ben, are you also saying, say, speech writers, speech writers literally, you don't read through?
No,
is that what we are saying? You read through,
it makes sense. You see,
yeah,
but admission say, or admit say, the current near Kosono, and everybody knows it.
You shouldn't have said it.
No, but Makati, the analogy, the analogy I bent in mind. The analogy I bent in mind, I
be the justification. The justification is the only justification I bet to me. Say you are mate. What I say?
No. You don't take the major decision. But my question is, I think the vice president, okay, vice president, or speech writers, almost Romano, researchers, ABM vice president. You be if you see A, B, C, D, okay, in your address. Are we equally saying it's a vice president, your speech, we are on glancing through and sound what read because if you read through, baby, I won't pay necessarily you free. Simple as that.
You see, the vice president, if you Look at him. If you study him carefully. Oh, maybe 1 minute.
Anyway, speaker, if you listen to Kojo Oponkuma after the speech, or see the vice president. No, I'm making a or see the vice president wrote the speech himself.
No,
I've listened to the information minister. No, see, and nobody was involved. He took his time at his office and wrote it himself. So this cannot be attributed to anybody. To anybody.
We are politicians, but
no, that's not the case.
I know this is a game. But what I think is that who's the vice president? He has not been a good communicator.
Oh, you think so?
No. He has never been a good communicator.
He has improved though.
Yes, he has. In recent times, he's improving, but he has never been a good communicator. And I think he has never also been a good writer. He may be an economist, and as an economist, based on his experience, when be a academic, any practice theory, but as a good writer, no. As a good communicator, no. In terms of orator, no. Well, no. The problem in his office, they say, speeches man no omo training to say omo ye politics abribia right, and because of say ojin krani diniti no nkrani tremana sometimes he goes through but he takes their words, and that has always given him a problem. Nkrani tremana, because this made driver analogy. Yes, I will change e-levy, I will do this, I will amend it. You sometimes I don't say you are cancelling it all. I'll review it or amend it. One, that is a good way to say it without causing any confusion. But driver, no. Oh, Charlie,
man is doing. You see, sound bites are necessary in politics.
Sound bites, very, very necessary.
Yes, necessary in politics. and when it comes to sound bite, vice president
is the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
He's the best. Sound bite. You see, relatable. Find a speech now. Some of the terms he used, relatable. So football age way. You see, football is usually a street language. Do you get it? But anyway, we will come here another day to do a content analysis.
Also, better free SHS laptops. No, promising before I was promising you.
Yes, I vendor.
Reshuffle.
Speaker.
Yes. I say, just say now, person make a point. They say internet le dey enye.
Yes, I know. Crazy 710 schools almost start here, but the truth of the matter is say, and now many will say, no secondary school, no college of education,
and
no district office, and no internet.
That's right.
That one,
that is a fact.
We will have. It is not on. It is not. They are not giving. They gave. What I say? They gave, not giving.
And then the crowd was for 1 month.
Exactly. So it's not going. But yeah. This tells you, say, we are still paying. Some car has over 6 million Ghana cedis a month to busy internet for this job. Yeah. Speaker. Reshuffle. 7 years on. Afena Kufa Dubua Tony Yem. Say as a so a year reshuffle. But I'm surprised people say a major reshuffle. What is major about this? How many ministries in here? Ministers are what's how many? 4. It can be major. That this can constitute major. However, why reshuffle? Reshuffle a breaky power blocks. It beat me when their power is concentrated at one area. No, with the reshuffle bar, a breaky reshuffle helps deal with internal conflict and resolve a spreading wealth. I say, comma DB, a B made DB, yes. But for me, we a reward for loyalty, not for competence. That reshuffle, it is a reward for loyalty and not for competence. Because nipa ya bo mudi no mienu mensa bia betimi aka omo ho asem so they deserve, they can do the job. Uyi Fati Abubakar Fatima too,
Minister of Information.
Was serve under Otiko. Otiko Communications. Non handle to the Abaye deputy. Akoye ayu communication Jubilee House.
Yeah.
No ye Eugene Ahi deputy Sinibi. Eno arise ye be deputy information. Eno the normal kwakwa substantive no. Uyi fati fuel. Now fa Okoboya oye doctor. Oye medical doctor. Ene ye di call health. Do you get it? One view. For instance, finance. Kenufurata din some money obedi of finance in every. Not citizen can budget no wa present budget until mid-year budget review no you cannot do anything.
Okay, maybe I just say so. Mama, just 1 minute. Hello, good morning, Opeying.
Morning.
But you did the same. I have found out here free.
I say I'm calling. Make I say Yarifa.
Collins or Yarifa. I don't pay what we need Kessben cash pot.
But your message in
about home. Okay. Congratulations to you. Why?
Thank you.
And take us that here. Thank you very much. 25 after 9. A higher Kessben. Now, my second winner. No, I don't know. Chase trust me. Yes.
Abra na Ghana for esi yense sakeno forata. Parliament is yense sakeno forata. MPP MPs about 89 of them see yense sakeno forata. Akufo-Addo anye. And now Kenufurata co present 2024 budget awie. Afi na wo sesano.
I mean, or make him more promise.
Obeye den.
I'm promise or ye IMF negotiations we are obepam.
Na IMF negotiations I no ewie. And now we do. You see, let me tell you, the Minister of Finance one economist in the whole.
I mean, he's an economist.
I mean, no, no, your deputy.
No, but he's an economist. So can't say economist.
That way no be out no.
Why?
I mean,
finance.
Oh,
about last year.
I mean, come
but the economist.
Abnaya accountant. Abnaya accountant. John Kuma a lawyer. And Umudia Tinamuane, they mean about this. After no one grasp of the situation. And all your fees of ultimate I mean, can't do anything with the time. Who yet reshuffler, who should be performance. Say, we are performing exceptionally in the sector. There might be a lack, no, we did not also go and improve that place. As in Subachi, you unify works and housing,
Rose.
You didn't call works and housing to say. Ajumafonya that baby da. Affordable housing is it affordable? And now what is here na state housing now or more no. Ghana Jumaye for average workers or one ministry what can they buy? And they are not born now 300,000 Ghana cedis, 600,000 Ghana cedis no. Ghana Jumaye ni ben ni beti me ato. Enin tia just as Zubachi and as Zubachi as works and housing minister yen sa siasa me boa collaborating ko cantonment and sasia ma me betra make the biano e anda sasu Zubachi gaye asase gaye Ghana Atomic Energy Commission asase ne ya twade sidama police for anda sense Zubachi then brand one born works and housing tia especially you didn't call rules ogweden. What will he do? He will road to then obey. Gender.
Kessben 92.9.
Way back.
Newman.
Dakwa Newman. Ogweden. Gender or gender say. No, let's get serious. Gender. You see, when Otiko left gender ministry,
Egu.
Oman no be papa bia mana ma ministry ho biu. Dakwa Newman. Ho. Work experience 0. We are University of Ghana and okoye masters or buy no be sinko parliament. Me so on gender say. Or the service.
National service.
Oh yeah no. Local government.
But in the JMS Akosa.
Yes.
Replaces Damboche.
Martin Abon Homodin. Master, what training only Damboche is more party officers are our the deputy and or take you over. Yeah. Martin War that human relation correct one will be media yes Jumawi. Because we see our Damboche and Nancy. Intine but Damboche fear no corner. Or where they?
I was a campaign manager.
Oh, David. On to me.
Oh, sir.
Why would you make Damboche campaign manager? I didn't. Oh, mamre. Damboche is the what bread. Or campaign manager for what? One person almost say campaign. I'm going campaign manager. Ejapa Mesa. Abba. Tourism. Japan to tourism as you.
Until tourism.
Na Japan tourism. Ejapa Mesa.
Until tourism.
Oh, Dabi.
Hospitality industry. No
tissue I see. Japan tissue I see. Energy or no mushi. Energy or non tissue I see. We never more retire. No. What is it? No coffee. No, the Yako man. She lives in.
I think Ketokroku that's all.
Oh, that's all. Keto.
Okay.
You see, I think Vincent. Vincent, yes, young man Vincent, the National Service President, NASPA President 2013. Yes, I had the consume Kodibi.
I didn't call it yesterday.
Obe Kodibi.
Born Tiasia. Local government.
You see, on soon could be what bread. Boys are bread. And I mean, just that reshuffle. It is just a matter of a loyalty. What bread, BGB, and not because of competence.
Okay.
No.
Just say me that say. My member Ben. So Ben, I didn't hear full price in a cost round of pay.
Any can say the politics, but I'm on for the politics, you know. Abribiano, Kosra, Bako de Beje, credit, and I think her fans, the entire fuel price in a Kosro no a Nema Mienu, a drama is a bono, a Kosro, who take petrol, a drama is a Kosro, I think about 3% with international market, somewhere $800 per metric to about $825 per metric. The would take diesel and so a drama is on a Kosro by about 6% or 6.6. If you grab around by 7%, and so always around $807 per metric to about $850 something dollars per metric. And LPG so the same thing, and so a Kosro. Drama is so born and a Kosro ama fuel no so bo a Kosro kromwa. Nanka ade anke betimi ade aboy and kakra ne say cedi no e be very stable and very strong against the dollar. Unfortunately for us, cedi no so depreciate here. Nti drama is so born na Kosro and a cedi no so depreciate. Into your computation na ma wo say binumu hu 6% or 6 plus increment, but I think I will not see that. Be a Kosro be a 5%, especially diesel. Diesel a Kosro be a 5% to be a Kosro. And petrol no so be a cost be a 3% be and I say be a 4% be a cost, but I don't see 6% because industry is very very competitive, and this and then no sorry ko 2 die mu kesi bia na nketwa no most of them are still selling below 13 Ghana cedis. Nketwa no for example moton petrol no around 12 Ghana cedis 20 be 11 well until say we kesi na say uko 2 bomu ko 14 Ghana, which I think diesel is likely to cross 14 Ghana cedis. But the diesel no cross wa and here now no sa kesi no yankotono until bet so kakra. Until I don't see the 6%, even though price will increase beginning and as every Monday be cost, I don't see taking. And I also near asua diema amanyofo and minia citizens say amanyofo, you have to be emphatic and know you have to mean and say what you want to say. And I think most of the things that make almost say a soundbite Mabaomia Nkrofo fans, and that is why his credibility is in question now. His integrity is in question now. Because if you don't have the full data, you are not in the helms of affairs, you don't make certain promises because the context and reality may change when you come into office. Or more opposition, they made a lot of statements. You buy BSA, they never had the full data. They didn't know the context within which some things were operating. Sometimes they didn't even understand the fuel market. And I think that is why his former president Mahama, recently, he's very cautious in saying some of the things he's saying. Oh, yes, he's very, very cautious because Obana, Niemano, Esesa, so Obana can say ube fuel boso, that's a fuel born and you know produce Krefra Manonia, ube tomatoes. You don't even import.
But is that really going? Because Ghana phones when you're happy. You see, the teachers are saying that they are not happy. You are not promising us, and then it means you are not showing any level of commitment. No, I mean, tell us so that we can hold you by your words. You
see, I think that the teachers are not also fair. And that is why we have a problem in the country.
The problem is we the citizens.
Yeah, the citizens, because that yet because
you can see the Ben wait there, sorry. Earlier, McCarthy can't send me about education and what needs to be done, and I was trying to say that what I was thinking in my head in there. You see, the politicians, the word you want to use. We are saying and doing what we are doing because in message there is certain form of expectation and understanding our tool. So if you go and say something else, you will be the one who will fail. Look, we've seen where one district, one factory, free SHS was bought. But meanwhile, the person who was talking about free SHS, one district, one factory, one district, one factory, had built factories, had done things that because he didn't make it a slogan, he did not catch fire. You understand? So the same way, and in the when President Mahama can honeymoon, look at how I had 10 at them. There, what he meant is he needed some space.
Yes,
because we are in donko amuna donko. Yet look at how we've turned the spill. So that is the problem. It's we the people.
And I make a say,
until we educate the masses to understand the onya do be keke. Look at where the economy is and look at what the person is promising. It's not going to be easy. But
you see, say, Mr. Speaker, I say, in 70 years, MPP can prior to 2016 election, no, even 2020, no, you see, it's costing Baumia a lot. Now, MPP has a challenge in branding Baumia, whether rebranding or branding. They have a very difficult challenge. Very, very difficult challenge. Because of some of the sound bites and McCarthy can say, or produce here, no. But as a politician, especially an African politician, you have to be careful in producing soundbites because they'll come biting you. No one say, BBC are no more pulling Twitter file. No more pulling Twitter file. Who can say? Intina, say, no, here President Mahama, he's very cautious in making some pledges. Or very, very cautious because on per se, ebedru one to me anya na wabeka catch and say, oh, who can say one to me anya? And I think his animal comment is a fair comment. Because yen to me, Emma, mean to me, 2025, so a bass on the way near. Me bedru ya na start increase salary, increase compensation, increase allowance. Massa, yen to me, as on my, you will say, didn't crash yen to me.
Okay. Ben, better say, Mammy Embra, Godwin, so I mean, Godwin, Mammy, my bed 2 to 3 minutes. You're happy at me time, that's
Mr. Speaker.
Yes,
sir, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama cry. Emma ni refi no no ye promises a lot ne ho be me wan because he has been there before into on in reality no. I remember say I think say Kufuor, he was the one who said he didn't know that's how the economy was when he promised more because Kufuor promised pa obetena be nwa no hwe no ka said na me nim say sa na eti lucky ye wo John Mahama wa call hopen onim said eti so he's being circumspect on the promises. Yes, Speaker, Unzuzu said, just a comment, na full on so. Unzuzu said this reshuffle was an advantage or an opportunity. Sanka, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia promised to use 50 ministers, Anka ombe exhibit, nanka ye use and no reduce numbers now because still Ghana folks sue for.
And yet Dr. Baumia government in
Bound BB, dear man, need the any one say President Akachi and say, or the Nadwin in Indian or the Boer minor. And Ronaldo is more credible than Baumia because he's the first gentleman of the state. And I want to mean you so I dream and from Boer mine, and yet alone when you advise him, he will tell you he won't take. Do you know what I'm saying? It tells us that the promise to use 50 ministers. I am true. You're true about man. He will go back to the 125 ministers. But me move you straight to the energy. Me energy expert and make a certain comment, and it's very fair. It's your see problem here international market. I agree. You need control over the prices because baby na fi the international front. Do you get me? But aban wa sudie said there are certain things are or the gua kwemua fuel prices beti me then akọ fem. One, I say umbe working on your exchange rate. Anameboa. Because the vice president promised and said when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And Ochilaya said he has the magic to hold the CD against the dollar. And Momoba Okache said, Oma RSC the dollar at the key nama IGP. Into some me working on that promise fuel price about them. Speaker, my last point, yeah, well, price stabilization levy. I add that fuel so alameboa. And the rationale behind it say prices you do in Pempensubi to say ya. Yeah, those money is best stabilizing the price, yes or no? Maybe but that's the rationale behind that levy. Yeah. Price stabilization levy. I don't think answer.
Asam because you see premix go a thing. Yeah, they are subsidizing premix.
Alright. No, me end and short nice here. My list about 10 taxes are. I buy one who controller. Okaso be ye fi fu or so fu beba fem. A critical example of it, a baller tax. What is he doing? Then a baller tax,
pollution and sanitation.
So we're from the new introduction. It is about to me, those taxes are to me for ye home, and that is the responsibility.
Of government. Just 1 minute, Yanko and my time.
Mr. Speaker, the Maakye, I will still call on the Electoral Commission. We are in the middle of February. It's left with only 2 weeks to the end of February. Main entity be at the IPAC meeting on Babado. At the last IPAC meeting, we'll catch and they will send us the calendar before the next IPAC meeting. We've still not heard anything. So we want to encourage them. Some of us have a lot of different plans. And to assure Ben, some political parties do have ideologies. That's our ideology, and we've kept faith on it. Into your best record, be a program award or a very laudable. However, let's ensure more of local content in it. Minerals Commission is doing very, very well in pushing the agenda of local content. I want to encourage them. Any sector beyond they are doing so much on the local content issues. We would applaud it. I mean, and Abaninwunde, we talk about this government because they are in government. They have the public purse, and they promise us that they will protect the public purse. So we will hold you strictly accountable to that. In the end, my sister, Mrs. Brenda Butri Anan, and they are order. And to Brenda, you and the family, I wish you a happy birthday. Yamishro, no you say.
But I say, thank you very much. I say, thank you very much. I was here by a phone. See now, Sergio comes up next with Medford Action. And yes, sorry, so I don't you near Jordan, you best answer anymore, dear. I mean, need to Kwame Appiah Kubi. Good morning and have a restful weekend.
Let's go. Me, I did do the way I know say it go suit me best with no regrets. Shit, every day new grind. Like I be the only nigga for town, huh? Who want test? You go feel set. If be me, I go mark you. And straight F. Back up besides them. Wait, a new trend. The one where they feel make your girl be in pants but she did do blessed. She did hang with a guy that they call best. New baby, huh? This nigga ain't changed. I just switch the style up so I can entertain. I maintain, still I'm the same.
Now business it's the same.
Bra, me business kwa na ekofo.
So one come multi credit.